Alright, in this video we're working on this Spitfire, the 78 Spitfire, and if you've noticed, all this brown rust color water, yeah, water pump is leaking, and I actually had it, so like I stopped at a gas station, opened the hood, and it was spraying out, leaking around somewhere around here, just spraying out and hitting me. So maybe all it needs is just a new hose, better connection. I'm just throwing a whole new water pump on it. It does look wet down in the front of it, and water pumps have a weep hole, so you know, just playing it safe here. So we got to take this off. First step is drain the coolant out of the radiator. Most of the coolant should already be out because it just leaked and sprayed out. I already got the cap off. If you see inside, it's rust color. Nice. I don't think these have a petcock on it, so I'm just going to undo this bottom hose and try to aim it all in my bucket. Alright, made a bit of a mess, but typical with when you're pulling the radiator hose off. I got the hose completely off. It's all like crusty on the water pump side, but inside actually, you know, feels nice, and I'm not getting a ton of just rust flakes or anything, so I'm not too worried. Yeah, gotta figure out what's next. Okay, took off the 4 bolts for the fan. So it's bolts and then nuts on the backside. I don't think you can pull off that fan with the radiator in the way, so I took the radiator out. It's 2 bolts on this side, you know, same deal, bolt with a nut, both sides, so 4 in total, and then it just lifts right out. Disconnect the top hose, of course, and now I have all this access to the front of the engine. And while I'm here, I might go ahead and delete these vapor canisters. Alright, so for this step, I believe you can take the water pump off before taking the pulley off. But I'm going to go ahead and try to get the pulley off now. I'm using this 3-drop puller, and hopefully it comes off. Otherwise, I'll just take the water pump off and then try to get the pulley off later. Alright, that came off, no problem, so perfect. I think I'll be able to hit it on, but if not, I can always just take it to a shop and have them press it on with a press. So now, let's remove the 3 bolts, I believe, for this water pump. I don't think I'm going to, I'm not going to remove the whole housing, because I don't have the gasket behind it, and there's really no need because it's not leaking from the housing. So I'm just going to pull the water pump off. Just looks like 3 nuts. Okay, three nuts off. This design's actually pretty nice because the housing's here for the lower radiator hose. So when I pull this off, you know, not much should drip out, if any. Okay, we're breaking the gasket seal. Doing this all one hand. There we go. Yeah, it's a little nasty. Okay, so a head-on look of the car, or this water pump. It looks like the leak was somewhere around here. You know, you see some wet spots. You don't see obvious spots, but yeah, it looks like it was leaking maybe right under this stud. It's kind of hard to tell, but it's also wet here on the edge, which it wouldn't be wet unless it was leaking out of there. And then I see some marks down here out the side of the timing cover, probably from it just spraying and dripping. Okay, so let's throw in our new water pump and gasket. Alright, been making some progress on getting the fan clutch onto the water pump pulley. This is a press fit. As you saw, I had to remove it with the puller, so we gotta press it in. I don't have a press, so I am improvising with some sockets and a hammer. I need something that goes around the outside of the bushing in here, because I don't want to mess up that bushing or bearing, whatever it is. You gotta tap on the outside and press it evenly. So I got this heat diverter for a C3 Corvette. Just happen to have it laying around, and it's the right size. And my little pyramid right here. Got the heat diverter and then a big axle socket. So that way I'm hitting evenly around the edge and not into the bushing or whatever. So now I can just keep pressing. I'm almost there. Almost there, just gotta go a little farther. Alright, I put a little bit of gasket sealer onto the water pump housing side of the gasket. This gasket for the water pump doesn't seem to have a orientation, so just throw it on there. And yeah, that should be good. Now let's throw the water pump onto it and start putting everything back together. Alright, got the car all back together. Just got to put some coolant in there and then you know, bleed it, put the cap on, all that. Yeah, everything bolted together just fine. Oh, I need to put the serpentine belt back on. Yeah, other than that, I need to go around and get some coolant, but yeah, overall process, not too bad. And you know, with there only being 4 bolts to pull the radiator out and the radiator being so light, this is really not that bad. But yeah, thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one.